Hey guys, it's Zach here, and today we're gathering for another Giallo Essentials box set from Arrow Video, and so soon after the last one. Arrow has released what is essentially Volume 2 in the Giallo Essentials lineup, featuring new box art and 3 more films from their Italian catalog. This time around, we have What Have They Done to Your Daughters from Massimo Dallamano, Torso from Sergio Martino, and finally, Strip Nude for Your Killer by Andre Bianchi. The 3 films in our box set make for an interesting trio, as we see 3 new directors not yet featured in what I'm now deeming Arrow's Giallo Essentials series. Similar to the first box set, I've yet to see any of these films before, so I'm excited to have several more additions to my growing Giallo catalog. For now, let's go unbox our release. Here we are with Arrow Video's Giallo Essentials Volume 2 box set, Yellow Edition. The previous box featured a dark red slipcover, and this one contrasts with a bright yellow one. The slipcover itself has a circular cutout in the center, featuring the artwork underneath by Haunt Love. The box is a nice and thick cardboard, and has our general release information on the back side. Held within are 3 standard-sized Blu-ray cases, one for each of our films. There aren't any further physical bonuses, however, each film does have a reversible sleeve featuring the original poster work for each film on the opposing side respectively. For now, let's go read what Arrow has to say about each film in the set on the back of their cases. First up is What Have They Done to Your Daughters, aka La Polizia Chiede Aiuto, aka The Police Ask for Help. In 1972, director Massimo Dallamano broke new ground in the Giallo genre with the harrowing What Have You Done to Solange? 2 years later, he followed up with an even darker semi-sequel, the chilling What Have They Done to Your Daughters? A teenage girl is found hanging from the rafters of a privately rented attic, pregnant and violated. Hot-headed Inspector Silvestri and rookie Assistant District Attorney Vittoria Stori are assigned to the case, the scope of which grows substantially when they discover that the dead girl was part of a ring of underage prostitutes, whose abusers occupy the highest echelons of Italian society. Meanwhile, a cleaver-wielding, motorcycle-riding killer roars through the streets of Brescia, determined to ensure that those involved take their secret to the grave. Also starring Mario Adorf and Farley Granger, and featuring an insanely catchy score by Stelvio Cipriani, What Have They Done to Your Daughters is a fast-paced, brutal, and unforgettable thriller from a director at the peak of his creative powers. Moving to our second film in the box set, we have Torso, aka I corpi presentano tracce di violenza carnale, aka The Bodies Bear Traces of Carnal Violence. A talented and versatile journeyman, director Sergio Martino has lent his talents to multiple genres across his long and varied career, but it is undoubtedly his Giallo thrillers from the early 70s for which he is best known. Among the most highly acclaimed of these, 1973's Torso revels in the genre's time-honored traditions while simultaneously laying the groundwork for the modern slasher movie. A sex maniac is prowling the streets of Perugia, targeting the picturesque university town's female students. Alarmed at the plummeting life expectancy of the student body, Jane and her 3 friends elope to a secluded country villa, only to discover that far from having left the terror behind, they've brought it with them. Also known as Carnal Voice, Torso was released in Italy towards the end of the Giallo boom, before enjoying a second life on the American grindhouse circuit. Co-starring Tina Almont and Luc Merenda, the film finds its director at the top of his game, delivering copious levels of violence, sleaze, and one of the tensest cat-and-mouse games ever committed to celluloid. Our third and final film to round out Giallo Essentials Volume 2 is Strip Nude for Your Killer, aka Nude per l'Assassino. As the 1970s wore on and audiences began to tire of the tired and tested Giallo formula popularized by the thrillers of Argento, Fulci, and their contemporaries, filmmakers sought to reinvigorate the ailing movement by injecting elements from other genres. Some took inspiration from the then burgeoning crime thriller movement, with tales of organized crime and corrupt police officials, while others decided to sex things up by crossing serial killer thrills with salacious softcore antics. A spate of highly sexualized murders is rocking a prestigious Milanese fashion house. Ambitious photographer Magda and her on-off boyfriend Love Rat Carlo team up to crack the case. But with the motorcycle helmet-wearing killer clearly bearing a grudge against the agency's employees, it's surely only a matter of time before they too end up feeling the force of his wrath. So roll up for a Eurocult experience like no other, with kitschy fashion shoots, back alley abortions, blow-up sex dolls, and some very indelicate humor, as one of the most notoriously sleazy gialli ever produced gets the red carpet treatment from Arrow Video. After reading each film's description from Arrow, I'll say this is a solid-looking entry to their sudden Giallo Essential lineup. It features 3 more directors, broadening the scope, and the package is more than just a reprint. I also appreciate the path laid out for those less familiar with Giallo like myself. With that, thank you so much for joining me here on Pajama Theater. Like this video and subscribe for more content, like future unboxings and Blu-ray reviews from Arrow. What do you think of Arrow's current spread of Giallo films within the series? Let me know in the comments if you think it's truly essential or perhaps otherwise. Until then, take care and I'll see you guys next time.